Moro moro! Hello, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic live Hangover edition because I had a party yesterday and we're still recovering, but I guess that's another excuse and reason to do a live stream with you guys. It's been a while since I have done this like a studio live stream, and I thought it would be great to do one after a while and to get answer your questions and hang out with you and all that good jazz. We have already people in the chat. Let me know where you're watching this. We have KH saying hi. Marco is also here. Welcome. Juho is as well joining in. That's great. Jeet, Moro Moro, welcome to the stream. Also a member. William is also one of our active fantastics. He's always, especially sending very generous super chats. So shout out to William. We have George from Kuwait watching, KH from Florida. That's great. I think it's what's the time in Florida? I would assume it's some like maybe noon or something. Brent is also here. Moi Brent. Brent has a very nice, generous habit of sending $5 super chats in my streams. Welcome, Brent. We have, well, my Cyrillic reading skills are kind of non-existent, so I cannot read this. But hello from Bulgaria, anyways. That's great. We have Matthew from France. Hello, Matthew. To you too. And hold on, I just need to get this cable out somewhere because it's always hitting my arm. Okay. Cool. We have who else we have here? We have Nat Lori from Poland. Poland is a great country. I've been to Krakow once, loved it, and also to Gdansk. David from Spain. Hola to Spain, and so on. Can I see how many people? There's 41 people watching this. Yeah, because I haven't been doing these videos or like regular videos like in the past few months because I'm having like this kind of creative like a break. But I've been still working on some interesting stuff on the background. I can tell you those a little bit later on. Loredana is also here. Hi, Loredana. It's been a while since I've seen you on the stream, so it's great to have you here. Or maybe that's just what I remember. I might be wrong. Giselle from Argentina. By the way, Loredana, thanks for sharing my post on LinkedIn. Really appreciate it. USA, Syria, Thailand. Wow, we have fantastics all around the world. That's great. That's really great. Harry. Moi, Harry. From Hong Kong, and I'm looking forward to help you with your move in a few weeks. Hopefully things are going well with you. Great. So the basic stuff is that there is a link form. It should be like a Google form link. If you want to submit your question, click the link, submit it. There's like a few simple questions, and it will be forwarded or like sent to me on my other screen, and I will go through those like a first come first serve basis. In Finnish we say nopeat syö hitaat, which means the fast ones eat the slow ones, which pretty practically means the same thing. It's kind of funny thing, but yeah, why it's a hangover stream? My girlfriend turned 30 yesterday, so we had a party. We invited some friends and we made some food and had some drinks and all these kind of good things. And I don't actually do like heavy partying that much, maybe 1, 2, 3 times a year. So I'm not really like my partying skills are kind of rusty, but I guess it's because I'm just getting old. So that might be also the reason. And let me I need to check that I have opened the form link. Yeah, I think it should be open. It should be there here. And let me know if the form links also work. You can see it, and I think I did test it before this stream. Wow, my streaming skills are so rusty because I haven't been doing these studio streams in a while, and because I'm a little bit hangovers. But yeah, no problems. Luckily, I have some whiskey here with me, so good stuff. Just kidding, it's just water. You remember correctly. You're welcome. That's great. form link. I can't see that. Oh, okay, let me just see. In the description, there should be send your questions here. And then like a Google form in the description. Let me know in the chat if you can see it or not. So I think I got the first question, so it should be working. So in the description, there should be a form link, like a Google form, and you can submit the questions from there. And I think we just got our first question. I need to do a little bit of formatting here, text wrapping. Oops, wrong wrong column. Hold on, guys. That should be the trick. Great. Okay, getting questions. So the first question is from Himanshu Raval from India, and he hasn't decided whether he wants to move to Finland or not. But he would be interested in working in Finland. That's great. And he got interested in Finland because of honesty, discipline, work-life balance. I think those are great reasons. And the question is, how Indians are treated in Finland? Have you ever encountered any physical attacks on Indians or name of racism? Should one feel safe if planning to come with family to reside on permanent basis? That's a great question. Thank you for the question. And I would not worry about this. I mean, I have met quite a few Indians, especially at the university, Tampere University of Technology, where I used to study. And there's quite a few of them. And I think Indians have a good reputation here. And I have never seen any kind of physical attacks on Indians or any foreigners. So, I mean, we do have, like, I think in every country there is some people who don't like foreigners, but in Finland, this is not expressed by physical like stuff. So I would not be worried. So should one feel safe? I would say so. As long as you just are ready to understand and learn about Finnish culture, the habits, the lifestyle, and a little bit of the language, you should be all good to go. Great question. Just checking in the chat. Cynthia is also here. Exit out the chat, click the video title. Okay, so the link is rocking, good stuff. Justin, Alex, you're back. Yes, I'm back, and it's been a few weeks since I've done a stream, and my plan is to start doing regular content in August in a little bit. Vicky is also here. Moi Vicky. It says so in the description. Great. So the link seems to be working. Let's take the next question. Hold on, I need to make some formatting. Yep. So the next question is from David from Spain. Good stuff, David. And David is moving to Finland within a year. That's great. And for working reasons. That sounds pretty amazing. And the Finnish culture has ignited the interest of Finland within David. And his question is, if you would have to choose three reasons to move to Helsinki, which ones would those be? That's an interesting question. I need to do some thinking as well. Well, I guess it also depends what perspective you want to approach this question. But, well, Helsinki is the capital, and Helsinki has just a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of places where you can go. There's a lot of people, a lot of activities, things to do, things to see. So that's always a plus, in my opinion. From an international perspective, Helsinki is also quite like a melting pot. There's a lot of internationals, multinational companies with English work language here. And I think Helsinki is it's like Finland easy mode, because there's a lot of English-speaking people here, and also Finns who are more open towards internationals and internationality, because there has been so much of it already in Helsinki compared to Tampere and other smaller cities where there is some internationality but not as much. What would be the third reason? What what could be the third reason? Okay, well, I guess there's a lot of cool places to visit as well. If you go to east, there's Porvoo. If you go to west, there's Hanko. These are cities, by the way, if you didn't know. If you go south, you can go to Estonia in a 2 hours boat trip, and if you go south, you can go to some other places there. Maybe those could be the three reasons. Good question. Quick check, quick eye on the chat. We have Karin, Hayal, Moikka. Natalie is also here. Hello from South Australia. Welcome. I think it's quite late in Australia, I would assume. Great to have some Australians here. And Juho says Songar is the hard mode. But I think it's a good point, because if you go to any of these smaller towns or cities, you might encounter people or Finns who don't speak English. So even though Finns speak quite good English, and if you stop any random person on the street, I would say 9 out of 10 can speak quite good English, but it's not everywhere. Cool. Let's take the next question. Yeah, keep them coming. Link in the description. There's this like a banner also scrolling in the bottom of the screen, so you're able to see it. Let me just hide that and take the next question. So that was a question from David, and the next question is from Suresh Mathan from India, and he's moving to Finland within a year for working reasons. Awesome. There's many people coming to work. That's really great. And I can say one. So first is world-class education, second quality life. I mean, the interest in Finland, what made him interested in Finland. And the question is, I'm a mechanical engineer with 10 years of experience in installation and maintenance of rotating equipments like compressors. Wow, that sounds pretty niche expertise. That sounds great. Can you guide me? How can I find a job in Finland? And thank you, my friend, for helping who love Finland. Thanks for the question, but I cannot give any specific advice on that, because I don't know. I'm just a regular Finnish dude. What you just need to do, or what I would advise, is to study the Finnish job market, like what kind of jobs are out there and how the application process works, how to craft good the CVs and application letters and these kind of things. And if you want some good tips, go to Oliver's YouTube channel, Road to Finnish. Oliver has a YouTube channel that is completely dedicated to working and studying in Finland. So that's where I would start. But aside from that, I cannot really give any more specific advice. But thanks for the question anyways. Let's go to the next question. Next question is from Hannah from Vietnam, and she's already living in Finland. That's great. And studying and working. Okay, seems she's very active in Finland. Great. And good education system, beautiful nature, good social system, some of the things she likes to mention. And her question is, how did you invest your salary to make more money? Can you give me some examples? Can you explain in detail some funds you already invested? Very interesting question. And I have made a simple video about how to get started with investing and saving money in Finland. And I think you should just watch that video, because in that I will teach you kind of the basics. And what I can just tell quickly, what is my kind of investing policy. Like I have my major of my investment portfolio is in index funds. Then I have a little bit of direct stocks, like dividend stocks. So, but yeah, so if you have a bank account in Finland, your bank can provide some basic investment opportunities. So that's a great way to start. And also, Oliver is just here, just on the nick of time, and just promoted your channel. So make sure to check out Road to Finnish if you want working and studying related pro tips. Yeah, so Oliver is your dude in this section and department. So make sure to check out Oliver later on. Cool. But yeah, but if you plan to live in Finland for the long term, I definitely suggest to look into investing if you haven't started it already in your home country, because it's well, I wouldn't say easy, but it's a simple way to start make your money work for you. Because if you just keep your money on your bank account, inflation will eat away its money. So inflation means that €1 today is less than, or €1 tomorrow can be less than €1 today, to put it very simply. And Mira with 35 South African rand. Did I now finally learn the currency correct? Thank you, Mira, for that super sticker. I really appreciate for the super stickers you always send during these streams. So thank you so much. Kiitos paljon. Great. Thanks for the interactions and comments and questions so far. Let's move on. Oh, yeah, let's move on. My mouse is working too actively. Like when I'm trying to scroll the form, it's going like too much when I'm just giving a slight touch there. So next question is from Guadalupe from USA, and planning to move to Finland within a year, and due to Finnish family member or partner. That's great. And the question is, hold on, something is wrong. Okay, so the question is, are there keto food items that I can find out there, and how is PCOS treatments approach? I noticed that the people 30 and go up with recognized with this condition, but I'm 24, so I'm not sure what red tape my fiance could have cut through. Unfortunately, I don't know. I have zero experience on keto food items, and I have no idea what is a PCOS treatment. So unfortunately, I really appreciate that you sent this very detailed niche topic questions, but in the end, I'm just a regular Finnish dude, so I don't know, unfortunately. And what is Oliver saying? Yeah, I'm having a week from work, currently visiting currently in Kuopio, visiting the summer cottage with beer. That sounds like a pretty Finnish combo. Joshua saying, I have exams in 3 days, but I'm watching this. Lol. Okay, good stuff. So maybe you can take a break, watch the stream, and then go back and go back to studying. Great. Let's take some more questions. I need to do some formatting here. I need to buy a new computer soon, by the way. I think I'm gonna do that soon. Next question is from Hesso, or like the Finnish nickname Hesso. It's like Gis from Belgium, and he's moving to Finland within 3 years, or like 3-year window, for working reasons. Amazing. I love it how so many of you are planning to find a work, or maybe you have already found a work. Yeah, nature and honesty are the top reasons for Finland. The question is, how do different regions in Finland compare reopenness to foreigners? That's a very good question. But I think what I can only say at this point is that Helsinki area is probably the main hub, because there's always so much internationality. Then if you go to any of the other bigger cities like Tampere, Jyväskylä, Turku, Oulu, I think they're pretty much equal. And then if you go to smaller cities from those, then I think there are not many English speakers. That's my hunch, but maybe that helps. I know it's a very like a vague answer, but I don't think there's any other specific. Maybe some other Finns on the stream can help me out with this. And Brent, just like I mentioned in the beginning, Brent is always in the $5 squad. Thank you for the $5. Really appreciate it, Brent. Once again. Great. Next question is from Giselle from Argentina. Nice. Really interesting. And she's planning to move to Finland within 5-year window. Okay, it's great that you guys are making long-term plans. I really like that. And for working reasons, again, great. And the weather and the culture, that's interesting. It's interesting to hear that weather is kind of the intriguing reasons. Very, very, very nice answer. And the question is, which city would you recommend for someone who isn't used to extreme temperatures and long winters? Okay. Well, in Finland, we have 4 seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter, pretty much everywhere in Finland. So you cannot really escape that. But if you stay somewhere in the south, like in the capital region or Tampere, Turku, and you don't go all the way to the Lapland, then the temperatures haven't been that extreme, in my opinion, in the past few years at least. So as long as you just don't go to like outside of Lapland, the temperatures should be quite okay. Where Oulu is also quite in the middle, there could be some cold stuff out there. So, but yeah, I hope that answer helps. And Harry is saying that preparing to arrive to Turku study 3 weeks. Yes, good stuff, Harry. I'm looking forward to your move, and I hope things have been going nicely so far. Let's have a quick at the chat. Arun J says, "Hi Alex, how are you doing? I'm actively seeking of IT jobs in Helsinki in Finland. Can I find companies who sponsor expats like me?" I do. I think so, because my hunch again is that IT business and IT sector, they are recruiting all the time, also from abroad, and yeah, they will definitely help you with the work permit stuff. I'm not sure what sponsoring means in this case, but I think that could mean that they are ready to help with the immigration process and, you know, give the work contract that they are eligible to apply for a residence permit. Great. Let's take the next question. And the next question is from Vicky from Greece, and Vicky is one of the regulars, and especially the super sticker section. And yeah, she's often active on the chat and on Instagram as well. And she's planning to move to Finland within 5 years. Again, that's great for working reasons. Wow, so many workers. I like how active workers you guys are today. Quality of life is the top motivator in terms of Finland. The question is, in your opinion, what would be the minimum income for a family of 5 in order to live comfortably in Espoo? Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, I have no kids, so I can't really say from my own perspective. And again, it depends what type of flat you have and what are your other costs and so on. What could it be? Yeah, this is a little bit challenging, but in Finland, if you move to Finland, you also get child allowance from the social security. So if you have kids, I think it's maybe 100 euro per kid or something. Of course, that's not gonna be enough on its own. You definitely need some working income. But from Espoo, well, in Espoo, there can also be very expensive flats and very cheap flats. But I just have the feeling that if I give some number and then it's in the end it turns out to be completely wrong, because I don't have any own experience. If there's any other family men or women out there who are living in Espoo, maybe you can help me out here. But I think it should be around 2,000 euro net, so after taxes. That should be enough. If you would have a big flat for 1,000 euro, 1,100, 200 euro, then you have 800 euros for food and other things. I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit optimistic. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know, but there should be some websites where you can get this, where you can get this type kind of comparison in terms of cost of living. Maybe that would help. Unfortunately, I cannot give any. This is something I should dig into more myself, because I don't have kids myself, so I can't really give my own input here. And Oliver is the 5.49 super chat euro super chat. Really recommended webinar Alex is doing, going to be a huge help to anyone planning to move to Finland. Will help you avoid a lot of issues. Hey, this is a great donkey bridge, as we say in Finland, like when you want to transition from topic to other. First of all, Oliver, thank you for the 5 euros. I really appreciate it. And if you saw from the banner that I'm running a free webinar, and I can give a quick mention about that. So if there's any one of you who are moving Finland at any point, it could be this year or in a few years. So I'm running a free webinar where I teach all these kind of fundamental things that you need to do to get your life started in Finland. So talking about the practical stuff, like with the paperwork, how to find a flat, money saving tips. I can actually share my screen quickly and give you a glimpse. What is it about? Share screen. Hold on, how does it work? Chrome tab. 9 tips and tricks. Should be this one. Okay, I hope you can now see my screen. Maybe I can zoom in it a little bit. So there's a link in the description, alexihimself.com/webinar, and you can sign up for free. So it's next week, Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern European time. So, or maybe I hope it actually converts this to your local time. And you just need to, though there's my email address, but that's fine. Just put your name and your email, and then you can tell me, answer where you heard from this event, and so on. And it's completely free. It takes the event maybe lasts around 1 hour, and there's useful tips to know about Finnish apartments, how to research for apartments in English, mandatory steps to navigate through the arrival paperwork, to helpful tactics to apply at the Finnish grocery store, all these kind of good things. So make sure to register for free. There's also a replay. So in case you cannot make it, make sure to register, because I will send the replay to everyone who registered. So link in the description, just type in your details, and bada bing, bada boom, that's it. So make sure to do that now, because to ensure that you will save your seat. Cool. So thanks, Oliver, for the $5. No, not $5. That's euros. And reminder about the webinar. And if you have any questions about it, I can maybe quickly answer about it. But yeah, in 1 week, you will learn more. Great. And now sometimes I realize like I'm talking too fast, and I get mixed up with my words, and I just need to because when I'm doing these live videos, everything just goes there raw, no editing, no filtering. Vicky is also saying, thanks for the answer, Alexi. Appreciate your effort. Thank you, Vicky, for being there. Great. We have 69 people here. That's great as well. But let's go to the next question in the chat, or not in the chat, from the forums. We have Joni from Israel. That's great. Joni is also a Finnish guy's name, but with J instead of Y. Hopefully I pronounced your name correctly, by the way. And he hasn't decided yet whether he wants to move to Finland. Okay, no problem with that. And Finland seems like a fun place. That's a great. By the way, why am I doing this like phone call hand gesture? I have no idea. And the question is, in your opinion, what is Finland's best recreation area? Oh, that's an interesting question. I don't know. Okay, maybe could be any like potential fun spot or activity spot, or like a place to visit maybe. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is Suomenlinna Sea Fortress. That's a piece of cultural history. There's a lot of things you can do. You can go picnic on there. There's cute cafeterias there. I think that's a great place to go. And it's completely free, and you just have to pay the ferry ticket. And yeah, oh God, when he said I can share my screen, I felt like I was work. Ha! Yeah. Okay, that's funny. And thanks, Oliver, for the support. Hit the thumbs up button. Yeah, guys, make sure that if you feel this chat is giving you any information or entertainment value, make sure to hit thumbs up. Let's take a quick question from the chat. This is some apologize if I cannot read your name, but let's take the question. I heard that one needs to buy 4 or 5 types of jackets for winter in Finland: cold, super cold, snow, windy, waterproof. Is it easy to buy female petite clothes for winter? First of all, you don't need that many jackets. I have 1 winter jacket for myself. Actually, I think I have 2. That's enough. So super cold, snow, windy, you can cover with 1 jacket, and most of them are also waterproof. So definitely no need to get that many jackets. And petite clothing should be like if you're like a tiny or like a small person, no problem. Like we Finns also have small people here, so no problem with that. But I would say maybe 1 or 2 winter jackets and you should be fine. I think for the past year I've only had 1 jacket for winter and it's been mostly fine. It depends, like if you go for like a winter hike, then you would not maybe want to have this like a super thick. Instead you might have to have like this like a sport jacket, windproof, which also kind of breathes out the heat from your body. Harry is also helping us here. For we female, there may be more reasons for more jacket. Obviously, yeah, I'm a guy, and my wardrobe sucks ass. So my girlfriend actually sent me to Dressman to buy more shirts because she thought like, Alexi, you cannot wear these shirts. So maybe I'm not the right person to answer. But yeah, that's a good point. Pamela is also here helping us. 2 jackets are enough. They definitely have petite clothing in XX small sizes. Pamela, thank you so much for the comment. And we have also Juho here. In South, you only need 2 jackets, only for fall and 1 for spring. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, let's take a next question from the chat. Is Turukun from Japan? Nihonjimmo iru ne subarashi. He hasn't decided whether he wants to move to Finland or not. No problem, but he would be interested in working. Amazing. And the interests are Linux, closest Europeans genetically, proximity to other European countries. Excellent reasons. And the question is: Are Finns friendly to East Asians? Well, I get often this type of question, like Alexei, what are Finns' thoughts about Indians or Chinese or Japanese or Philippines? My general answer to this question is that as long as you are just ready to respect the culture, learn the lifestyle, little bit of the language, Finns will definitely welcome you. Obviously, sometimes you might have a little bit of bad luck and you might run into some very anti-foreigner people. But we have also but on top of that, or on the other hand, we have also lots of foreign friendly people. So I don't think that. So instead of saying like, okay, does Finns respect the people from my culture, my country? But I think the question is that, am I ready to also put a little bit of effort to understand the culture and lifestyle? Because if you do, I can bet my ass that most Finns will definitely welcome you. That's what I would say. Oliver also confirming and helping us. You can do entire with 1 or 2 jackets. More important to adjust the clothes under the jacket. Yeah, that's also good to know that the stuff under the jacket is important. Okay, and thanks for being so helpful. So this was the jacket question, I believe. So yeah, good questions so far. 75 people in the chat. That's great. So welcome if you just tune in. We are having this chill Q&A live stream today on Sunday evening. Pamela also sharing some value here. I work at Kierrätyskeskus. You can find quality winter gear for cheap prices. So yeah, the Kierrätyskeskus is a recycling center, for translated directly, and that's where people bring their old furniture and clothes they want to get rid of, and you can actually find some quality stuff there for cheap prices. So that's a good money saving tip. Again, I'm doing this like phone call, like hello, everybody home? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Mo. Okay, let's go to the next question. A lot of stuff coming in. Let me just reformat my questions. And the next question is from Irene from Spain. Irene is also a Finnish lady name, by the way, just a fun fact. And she's moving to Finland within a year. That's amazing. And again, for working reasons, that's great. Work-life balance and the nature, great reasons. I completely agree. And the question is, I'm a tourism professional with a degree in tourism and also a master's degree. Are there jobs in tourism field in Finland? Well, again, I'm not a professional in tourism, so I don't know. I would assume there has to be some jobs in tourism because Finland also needs tourists. But that's the extent of my knowledge. Maybe Oliver might have some useful tips to this, but I don't know, unfortunately. What are the how is the field at the moment and so on. There's also people coming in chat. Rishi, moikka. No, this is like this, not this phone call. Sylvie is also here. Moi moi. Let's take hold on. Okay, never mind. Yeah, sorry, just blacked out there for a second. But yeah, about the tourism thing, that's I just don't know. That's unfortunately what I just have to anticlimactically conclude this question. I'm just a regular Finnish student, and remember that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's take the next question from Osbro from France. Okay, he's moving to Finland within a year. There's so many people who are moving in, and he's planning to move to Finland with the refugee status. Okay, English language and weather seems to be the reasons. And questions: I'm a refugee in France. I want to move to Finland with my family. And my question is how easy and smooth it will be according to European rules. Again, I just have to say that I don't know because I haven't been a refugee myself, and this is too like a niche topic, so I don't know, unfortunately. Okay, Oliver helping us out with the tourism. Yes, there are absolutely a huge amount of jobs in tourism, especially in the northern parts of Finland, if we do not take account of the current situation. That's what I would assume, because especially Lapland, Rovaniemi, Lapland is a very touristy place or touristy area. There's a lot of tourists coming in, especially Lapland, so that's probably where the jobs might be. So Oliver is seems that Oliver is reassuring us a little bit. If in fact there is a large demand for international talent educated in tourism and hospitality, especially in Lapland. Okay, so tourist jobs, Lapland, here we come. Time to pack the bags. Finland is a great country. After you get over the first couple of winters, you adjust. Yeah, it's like the army. When I went to the army, the first few days and weeks were like, what the hell is going on here? But then I adjusted, and then it was quite smooth. Okay, I'm comparing apples to oranges here, definitely. So, but just to give you an idea that the one pro tip that I can give you in terms of adjusting in any case is that the thing, most of the things are within your control. You can choose what is your attitude towards, for example, the winter, because people say like, oh shit, it's so cold and boring and dark. But instead of having this reactive mindset, then you can flip the script by saying like, I understand it's dark. What kind of actions I can take that I wouldn't be as cold or wouldn't feel as cold, or is there any activities I could add into my life so to combat the boring, darkness aspect? So you can always start thinking actively instead of reactively to things. Oh yeah, we talked about this. Oliver also adds that many of the companies there are in a lot of trouble, but they haven't been able to find talented and motivated people to work there. Okay, so guys, Lapland, here we come. Juho also says, I've worked in the Keto as well. I was in delivery. Good stuff. Okay, let's go to the next question. And next one is from Loredana, one of our long-time fantastics from Romania, moving to Finland within a year. Okay, I actually wanted to ask like how is your work projects, or like your project of finding a work job here. So working reasons and the culture, and the question is, do you happen to know how soon I could benefit from the medical insurance if I get the work contract from Finland? Could I go to doctors and maybe have a surgery right away after I started working? Okay, so about this question, I think because I have research on this for my webinar and for the course I am planning as to do as well. So anyone who moves to Finland on a permanent basis has the right for the public health care. And as far as I know, you could be entitled to the public health care from your first day. All you just need to do is go to the digital and mikä se nimi on, DVV, se on Digital and Population Services Agency, where they assess your situation and give you the permanent resident status. And from that point, you are considered as a permanent resident, and you are entitled to the public health care. So could I go to the doctors and maybe have a surgery right away? Potentially, yes. So if you go from the public side, it's most likely that you can use the public healthcare like anyone living in the country. Yeah, I think you have to check it from Kela as well. Kela is the social security organization, but yeah, anyone who moves to Finland or permanently has the right to use the public healthcare. Hopefully that helps. But I think, well, just to conclude, I think you have a good chance for that. Good question. And the question is there was another question about the medical insurance. I'm not sure what the medical insurance means in this case, but if you're using the public healthcare, it's not free, but it's very cheap. So I guess it depends what kind of insurance do you have. So that's what I would assume. Pamela also helping us in the chat. If you get the Kela card, you can access all the services. Yes, actually, that's also true. Kela card gives you also rights to some other cool things. But yeah, hopefully that helps. It was a little bit all over the place, the answer, but hopefully it helped in any case. Cool. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream so far, hit thumbs up. And if you're interested in moving in Finland and you want to get some insights on what kind of things you need to do right after, tips for apartment hunting, the paperwork, public healthcare, all these kind of cool things, I have a free webinar next week, and link in the description. Sign up for free. alexhimself.com/webinar. Let's take the next question from Shasha from France, moving to Finland within a year. Wow, there's so many people moving quite soon. And he works from home, location independent, want to live in Finland, social integrity, nature, and sauna are the reasons. Excellent reasons. And the question is, I'm looking to move to Oulu. Can you live outside the city center without a car? I'm thinking about bicycles, the main transportation system. Good question. Well, Oulu does, like any other big cities, they have public transport. So it depends just how far away from Oulu and where exactly you will be living, because there's a chance that you can just take a bus to the city center if you want. And also bicycle. I think Finland in general has pretty good bicycle settings in place. So most likely you can live without a car. But it depends. Like if you have, for example, kids and you need to take them to their daycare, then life without the car could be potentially difficult. But if you're just single or you don't have kids, I guess it should be doable. Are there any Oulu people? I know there's some Fintastics in Oulu, but not sure if they're participating today. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Let's have a look at the chat. Crows and Ravens, greetings from Toronto. Do you have any idea how many Canadians are living in Finland? I think you should be able to find that statistic online, because there are these organizations that keep track on this kind of statistics. I don't know if it's a public though, but I think you should be finding it on Google. I have no idea how many. Lorena says, Pamela, Alex, thanks for answering your question. Yes, great that you get you guys get your questions answered. Let's take one question from the chat. Wild behavior. If my wife and kids are Finnish, how the move can be easier if I don't have a job when moved? And what about government support to have an apartment and living support till find a job? If my wife and kids are Finnish, how the move can be easier? How the move can be easier? Well, I think the move can be easier because your wife is already Finnish, so she most likely knows how to navigate through the Finnish society right from the start. And I'm not sure if you can get any government support because, for example, there is unemployment funds and these kind of things, but those are for people who have already worked in Finland. So I don't think you can get any money from the government, right? Like it doesn't work like that. So you need to earn your right to these types of like a supports and these kind of things. Let's take one more quick question. Can one afford to buy a car in Finland if single? So with just one salary? Absolutely. You can buy a used car. They are not that expensive. If you can buy a used car even with less than 1,000 euro easily. But obviously, if you want a little bit better car, then you have to pay more. But definitely you can buy a car, but you also have to take account in the other fees and costs that's going to come with it. So the insurance, maintenance, inspection, and gas, for example. But definitely, I think it's definitely possible. Okay, let's move to the forum next. Interesting questions coming in tonight. Oh, come on. Where's my cursor go? Okay, next question is from Beam from Thailand, and she's moving to Finland within a year for studies. Okay, I think that's the first studying. And again, I'm doing this. Hello, hand gesture for some weird reason. Education is one of the top reasons for Finland. And the question is, I'm going to fly there this August to study at Lappeenranta University of Technology. Have you been to Lappeenranta? And if yes, how is it? How often do you get Northern Lights? I've heard that Northern Lights could be seen only in the northern part. Is that correct? Thanks for the question. I have been to Lappeenranta University of Technology, but only for parties. So we had this like excursion there, and to visit this other study guild. I'm not sure if it was only the party what we had, but yeah, that's the only thing I pretty much remember from the trip. I haven't been to Lappeenranta properly, but you don't most likely you don't see Northern Lights there, because the more north you go, the higher the chances to see Northern Lights. But I think Lappeenranta is a pretty decent city all in all, what I've heard. Hopefully it helps. Looking at the chat here, there's a lot of stuff going in the chat. I don't get a Kela card because I moved here to study in hopes to find a job easier. So now I don't get Kela card or any support because they think I'm here just for studying. Yeah, I mean, Kela always makes the decisions on this, also case by case. So, and again, it's about the permanent residency. So if they think that you're going to be permanently here, you will be part of the Finnish social security system. But usually for students, it can be a little bit tougher. Great. Let's take the next question from the forum. I try to prioritize the forum people because they take the time to go through the form and send it there. But yeah, I will definitely keep an eye on the chat. Next question is from Suresh from India, moving to Finland within a year for working and world-class education and quality life. And the question is, thanks for answering my question, because I think I already answered your question earlier today. How should anyone know what is the average salary of a particular job profile, like a mechanical engineer? Because I think if I don't know the same, so maybe cannot negotiate my salary properly. Also, I noticed so many jobs profile mentioned on the portal asking to submit CV with a salary request, which I not feel not the correct requirement, who don't know much about the expenses and living standards. So how can you also kind of handle me? Okay, so I think Oliver might be able to help us with this. So Oliver, if anyone wants to make research on the job salaries, what should they do? Do you have a video on this? If you do, let us know so we can. People can go watch that video. But it's a quite good question. I think there are some portals, at least in Finnish, where you can get some quick average salaries or median salaries. But I think we have to ask Oliver for this question in terms of the international perspective. It's a very good question, and you should definitely. This is one of the things that you should also research when you are looking for a job, so you can get an idea of the salary level. Obviously, you could just compare the job postings, because in most of them they should have the salary there. But some companies, I think it's quite weird to that you have to input your salary request yourself. Okay, Oliver says, I have a video on average salaries, quite multiple ways. So head to Oliver's channel after this stream and you can find it there. I think if you just type in road to Finnish salaries, maybe it will find with that. Justin says, would you say that people tend to have romantic partners in Finland, or are people more reserved with sex? Okay, this is the question, but I would conclude, or if I would have to answer this shortly, I would say that Finns are shy on the dates and beasts in the bedroom. Yeah, so I don't think Finns are reserved with sex. So I would say that this kind of the dating culture in Finland is quite open. So this one night stands and casual relationships are completely okay. So they are not overshadowed by this judgmental mindset. So, and someone once also said that Finns sleep their way into the relationship. So I think that I think that can also answer the question. So, let me read the question. Would you say that people tend to have many romantic partners or are reserved? Yeah. So, well, I would say most of the people are okay to have many romantic partners. So they may have like 5 partners in the past or something. So, but yeah, I wouldn't say they are too reserved. So once you just get to know them better, break the ice, get to know them, make some flirting and chemistry. So bada bing, bada boom, and then can it be pound chicka wow wow? All right. Interesting question, but good question. Especially if you come from a different culture and you're ready to date those sexy Finnish guys and girls. So Pamela says, reserved at first, but after, whoa. Yeah, I think that's a very well said. Yes, great. So let's go to the next question. Okay, I need to make some formatting again. Bada boom, bada boom. There we go. Next question is from Ilyav from Russia, and he's moving to Finland within a year, and for working reasons again. Awesome, so many people working. And standard of living is one of the top reasons for Finland. And the question is, if I come to Finland with a residence permit, will I pay taxes as a resident or as a non-resident? Well, to put it very simply, if you live in Finland, you will pay taxes in Finland. But it's not so straightforward. There can be some exceptions. But if you move to Finland and you work here, you get your salary here, then you pay taxes in Finland. It's simple as that. So it doesn't matter. So the question is, if I come with a residence permit, and will I pay taxes as a resident? You will pay taxes as a resident. I guess if you just come for like a year for an exchange student, and then you make some money, like take a part-time job or something. I don't know exactly what are the details there, but the main principle, the main rule of thumb, if you move to Finland, you pay taxes in Finland. Sexy Finnish guys and girls, Alexi tagline. Yeah, I think I should make a merch on that tagline. That's a great idea. Or like a great that you brought it up. Got it. Thanks, bro. Pound chicka. Wow, wow. Yeah. I mean, Finns can be really reserved and like this resting bitch face, but they can be really passionate at the end. Pamela says you will pay tax in Finland, depends on your country if they have a tax treaty. Yeah, that's actually a very good point. So tax treaty means that they have this kind of like well, it's basically a treaty between the two countries to avoid double taxation. Just to give a quick, easy example. If I own, for example, Microsoft stock and they pay dividends to me, there is a tax treaty between USA and Finland which says that, okay, 15% of the dividend tax is paid to the United States, and then 10% is paid in Finland. So I don't have to pay like a double taxed. So the same tax rate applies. So the dividend tax in Finland is 25.5%. And because of the tax treaty, 15% of that goes to USA and 10% to Finland. So the tax rate will be eventually the same. But yeah, so the tax treaty can also be in effect. For taxes, I would recommend contact the Finnish tax admin. They have your wonderful customer service. Yeah, get in touch with the tax office. They will help you with this. And in my personal experience, they actually help you quite nicely. So they are very inclined to help you with these kind of matters. Lol, my Finnish girlfriend has the resting bitch face, but I love it because she's the most beautiful woman on earth and most people leave her alone. Okay, it can work as it could work as a benefit. Oliver says, I would not be worried at all as a woman in Finland. According to the UN, Finland is the safest country, including women and girls. I agree. There is no mugging or these kind of things in Finland. It's not a thing. So sometimes if you leave the clubs alone and at 2 or 3, then some drunk guys might try to approach you, but like this, there's no really serious offenses in my opinion. Okay, let's take the next question from Srivatsa from India, and hasn't decided whether he wants to move to Finland or not, but studying seems to be the most interesting reason. Quality of education is one of the top interests, and again, I'm doing this phone call. I don't know what's going on. I've completed my bachelor's in fashion design and planning to pursue master's in fashion and design at Aalto. Is Finland a good country for fashion design related studies? What are their job opportunities after completing? Good question, but again, anticlimactic answer, I don't know, because I don't have anything. I don't know anything about fashion design, and my fashion sense is also pretty much non-existent. So maybe Oliver knows something about this, but yeah, this is unfortunately too specific question. And Oliver saying here that there are a-holes in every country and city, but statistically speaking, you are going to be safe here. Yeah, I would just completely agree, 100%. Pamela also saying here that I feel safer in Finland in the worst part in Helsinki than I do the best there in the USA. How about that? Well, I don't want to say that America is a bad country, but maybe this just tells you or gives you some insight into this topic. Excellent comment. Okay, let's move on. Next question is from IMD from India, and he's moving to. He's already living in Finland for working and moved to Finland for studies. And the question is, what is your opinion for Finland to have more than 10,000 people in the tech industry in the next 5 years from abroad, even though it already has many graduated international students who are capable of doing the job? but unfortunately have not been given a chance to take up these jobs and rather end up in low-paid jobs. Research from Helsinki University also supports this theory and name-based bias in recruitment. I definitely agree that. So the Finnish government wants to double the work-based immigration I think it was maybe in the next few years or 5 years. And I definitely agree that because there are so many international students already coming in, that's also an untapped resource in my opinion. So they should make it easy. They should take some sort of action to make it easier for them to land a job here and start paying taxes and so on. So that's definitely something the government should also work on regarding this goal. Great question, not a simple issue to solve, and the solution has to start from the employers. Yeah, I believe so. I think that's the problem. That's the problem there. Nice. That's my focus. Okay. Good question. Next question again from Ilya from Russia. And the question is a person with a work residence permit able to get Kela card with visit hospitals in Finland? Yes. Usually working people are in this department, but again, it has to be permanent move. So if you have 1 year fixed term contract, the Kela people and the people at the DVV, they might think that you are not a permanent resident because you have only 1 year contract. But if you have an open-ended contract, then most likely you'll be fine. And question again from Loredana. Hold on, I need to make the format again. Oops, where the hell did my question go? Oops, now I scrolled too fast again. Okay, how can an international know what the best workers union to join is? I've heard that it is important, but wouldn't know how to pick the right one. Good question, and there is no necessarily right or wrong union. So if you don't know, we have these working unions or trade unions, whatever you want to call them, that they are these non-profit organizations that they try to make the working conditions and work contracts better for working people. So they're basically holding up the rights of the workers against the employers. And there are tens and even hundreds of these working unions. And usually there is at least one union in your field. So I'm, for example, in the trade union for engineers and architects. It's called Tech. Then there is, for example, a union for university professors. There is a union for architects specifically. There is a union for logistics. There's so many of them. So just try to find a union that is somehow related to your field. And you could also ask some questions, like if you can ask people who maybe work in Finland and maybe your Finnish colleagues or some people, and ask like what unions they belong to. But it's definitely something that everyone who comes to work to Finland that they should do is to join a worker union, because the membership fee is 100%, as far as I know, 100% tax refundable. So you will get your money back effectively in the taxation, and they, for example, give you legal assistance if there's any problems at work, and they offer these kind of cool benefits and events and all these kind of things. So make sure to get into those. Okay, have a look at the chat. Some questions about the electricity. All right. It's been a while. I forgot you exist. Yeah, well, I haven't been making videos in a while, but I'm planning to get back in the active business soon. Yes. Okay. Yeah, definitely get into the worker unions because it's basically free membership, effectively, if you look at it, and you can get lots of useful benefits from that, especially if you're a foreigner, because there might, I have heard stories that the employer has tried to rip off the employee by underpaying, but when you have the union backing you up, you can send their lawyer to the employer like, hey, what the hell is going on? And they are usually these job stewards, or I don't remember the exact name, who are these nominated people, nominated by the employers at the workplace, who will assist you with these kind of problems. Can you make a video about how spoken Finnish is different from the written Finnish? I think I have made a video about this. It's a little bit old one though, but I think you should be able to find it from my channel. Let's take one more question from the form. Next question is from Valid from Egypt, moving to Finland within a year for Finnish family member or partner. And family safety, future better for my kids is the top or are the top reasons. Moving with my family to Finland, what are the government support to get to me and my family till I get the job? Well, I don't know if there's any support. Well, there are these I don't know what they're called in English, toimeentulotuki and these kind of things, but I don't actually know how they work for foreigners. But this is not the right attitude. Like, I don't know how exactly it works, but I don't think it's the right attitude that you will just move here and then you expect Finland to cover you up until you find a job. It doesn't really work like that. So instead, you should make sure that you can fund yourself as much as you can until you can find regular income. There are some channels, and I think in the social security, that can give some basic support, but instead of thinking that, okay, I'm just gonna go there and they will support me until I can find something, that I don't think that's the right way to look at it. Maybe if someone else knows about the social security, maybe they can help me with this. Or looking at the chat, there is a conversation going about the students. So this is an absurd issue, and me and Alex working to change to our channels. We need you guys desperately. Yeah, I mean, this is probably the fact that Finnish employers do not hire foreigners, and it's quite weird because Finns are dying. Like, the birth rate has been declined like for the past 10 years, and now it's up to the immigration to kind of keep the population alive, or like this, the population growth. So we need foreigners more than ever. Hello, how's meeting the girls? I am from USA. Will it be easy? It can be easy if you just know how to talk to girls. The problem, like, Finland is probably one of the easiest countries to date because there's no competition. No one dares to talk to anyone. So if you just know how to say hello, you're already standing out. GIS is also here. Most help from the government is secondary help to find a job, learn the language. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. But upon entry, you have to have some proof means to support yourselves. I think that's also true. Like, you cannot even get past the immigration as long as if you don't have enough funds. I'm glad you guys are logical about the immigration issue. I'm not sure which issue was it. Was it the work related stuff? That is cool. Having a diverse team gives a lot of different perspective. I hope you people succeed with your mission. Yeah. I mean, the problem is that Finland has been very like a homogeneous country for a while, so we are not used to having that many foreigners, or maybe even dealing with foreigners on a regular basis. So excited to move there in 20 days from the US. That's great. Welcome to Finland. WTF. Let's see. There was a comment somewhere. I'm moving to Kokkola in August. Any advice? Well, I'm from Kokkola myself. I lived there for like 20 years. And well, Kokkola is kind of boring, a little bit boring city. I don't want to discourage you too much, but I wouldn't expect too much out of it. But again, depending where you come from, it can be like a really nice experience. But yeah, I mean, if you have depending where you live, but Kokkola is a place where you can easily use a bicycle to get around. So getting a bicycle would be really nice. Car definitely not necessary. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to go to school by bicycle all the time. I was using a bicycle to go to hobbies and my friends and all these kind of things. So the homogeneity has been hard for me to get used to. So far, I've been here 4 months and finding the sea of sameness to be a bit of downer. Yeah, but again, don't let it. I think it can be only a problem if you let it to be a problem to you. So yeah, I mean, Finland is not like a super special country. I mean, if you go to Japan, there's lots of kind of these cool things going on. So Finland is not like that. But Finland has its own pros. How long have we been streaming for? Almost more than almost 1 hour 15 minutes. Actually, yeah, and I just wanted to quickly remind you about my upcoming webinar next week. Hold on, let me. I still have the share screen going. I didn't even notice. Can I actually put it here? Nope. Yeah, so I'm running my 9 tips and tactics to get a smooth and confident start for your new life in Finland webinar, free webinar. So I will be sharing tips and tricks of things how to get your life started when you move. So I'm talking about especially the practical things, like if I scroll down here, about the steps to navigate through the paperwork and errands, the best places to secure temporary housing, look for proper housing in English, useful tips to know about Finnish apartments, must-know tips for students. So if you're going to study in Finland, my favorite money-saving tips and more. So link in the description, and you can sign up for free. So, and the event is in next week Saturday at this time. And there's going to be a replay in case you can't make it. At least sign up, because I will send a replay to everyone who registered. So make sure to do that as well. Sign up link in the description as well. Pamela says, sorry, I keep answering the questions. I've been here 14 years, just to help if I can. Absolutely. I have nothing against that, and you probably know something better than I do, because I can only answer from my Finnish perspective myself. And if there's a people like you who has moved here abroad and experienced them yourself, I think you can give even better insight to some things that I can than I. Your volume is gone. Can you guys hear me? Or is it just hello? Can you let me in the chat if you can still hear me? I don't see at least anything. Let me just check the settings. Your sound is okay. Okay, great. Thanks, Oliver. The official languages are Finnish and Swedish. English is an optional. English is optional. That's right. So if you didn't know, we also have Swedish as official languages, thanks to the history we share with. Nikabo says, hi, Alexa from the Philippines. Moi, welcome to the show. Okay, we can hear you perfectly. Andres says we can hear you perfectly. Giz says we can hear you perfectly. Great. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, when you're doing a live stream, there's so many things that can go wrong. There was one time when I muted myself and I didn't even notice. I was just kept going, and then in the chat there was people saying, Alexa, we can't hear you, you're on mute. And it's like, oh shit, like then I had to do it. Again, we're getting dating related questions. Can I date Finnish girls easily? Well, I guess again it depends what it means easily. But like I said, like Finnish people are just people like they're also humans. They want to get to know new people. They want to find romance and girlfriends and boyfriends and so on. So if you can take action, then answer is absolutely. How about guys? The same reason. I mean, there are many girls out there. Like, okay, so for Finnish guys tends to be sometimes a little bit passive, a little bit reserved. So Finnish guys are maybe not so inclined to take action approach. Generally, but they are also those type of guys who are confident and so on. But for girls out there, if you want to meet sexy Finnish guys, prepare to take action yourself. Go make the first move. Go say hello. Invite for dates. That's where the magic happens. That's my pro tip for ladies, because there are so many sexy Finnish guys out there, but no one is doing anything. Especially, like, I think girls should definitely take action if they want to find a quality partner and take action and take the control in, because when you're taking action, you can affect the outcome of your life. Use Tinder in Finland? Absolutely. Tinder works really nicely. I was active user of Tinder in my study times and study days. I love dating related questions. They spice up the chat. Yeah, I love to talk about dating related stuff as well. Hi dude, I just got a job at Volt and I binge watch your YouTube channel to prepare my stay in Finland. Thanks for the great content. Thank you, Antoine. How do I pronounce the name? And if you're moving to Finland, make sure to check out my free webinar. That's exactly for people like you who are moving to Finland and want to get some tips and tricks on what you need to do to get your life started. Link in the description. Volt is a pretty known and big company. So Volt is like the Finnish Uber Eats, in case you didn't know. So it's like a food ordering app. Impossible to date in Finland, 44 years and still single. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but if you take action, you are more inclined to succeed. Mihalis says, moi Aleksi, I will be moving to Finland with my Finnish partner in about a month. Wanted to ask you what you yourself would consider a good hourly pay. This completely depends on the type of job, your experience, the city. It's very difficult to give any answer, like a good answer, without knowing the specifics. And I don't think Finland, well, some jobs have hourly pay, but many jobs have like a fixed monthly salary instead of hourly pay. So it completely depends. I cannot unfortunately answer. Really hard to say because you don't have minimum salary in Finland. This depends on job, company, experience, industry. Yes, exactly. getting a bit hot in here. Okay, let's take questions from the form again. So make sure to use the form link in the description if you want to make sure I will answer your question, because in the chat there's lots of stuff going on every once in a while. So next question is from Anastasia from Russia. Привет. And moving to Finland within a year for a family member, and tranquility, polite people, and quietness are the top reasons for Finland. Question: are there free Finnish language courses for people who arrive in Finland? If no, how much do they cost in average? This is something I should probably look into myself. I think there might be some free courses, but to be honest, I don't know. I think there might be more paid courses, and I don't know the prices. This is something I probably have to check out. I think just Google might help you get started. Maybe if someone knows about this better, please feel free to help me in the chat. Okay, let's take the next question. Chat from Martin from Spain. I'm moving to Finland within a year for working. Well, there's so many of you who are moving to Finland fast within a year. Better education and work-life balance. Top reason. Question: how are average expenses Helsinki? Rent, water, electricity, public transportation, food. What could be a good salary for living and saving? Again, we need to know the specs. We need to know the details. But again, okay, we're talking about Helsinki. So if your job is in Helsinki, I would consider living in Espoo or Vantaa, because they are very reachable distance from Helsinki, and you can save hundreds of euros in rent. Okay, let me give an example. So me and my girlfriend, we live in a 60 square meter flat in Espoo. Our rent is, I think it's 980 euro plus the water fee is with the water fees, I think it's around 1,000 euro. Electricity we pay around 10 euros a month, something on an average, maybe 10 to 15 euros. Public transportation, if you take the monthly ticket, it's 60 euro a month. The AB zone, it's like the basic one. Food, well, it depends. Like food, don't go out to eat that often. If you can cook yourself, you're gonna save shitloads of money. So it depends again. It completely depends on your lifestyle. Some insights to the previous question: integration plan for immigrants. They give you free courses from basic to advanced. Okay, that's great to hear. Kannelmäki is also a good area for cheaper rent, train station. Yeah, just get anywhere like close to a train station and away from the city center. That is a way. By the way, in the free webinar, what I'm going to do in a week, I'm going to share you also these kind of examples of these flats. So just to kind of give you a teaser. Yeah. Also funny, I moved from Pohjanmaa, Swedish parts of Finland, and my salary went from 2,000 to 5,400 in Helsinki. But that is just crazy jump. I mean, Helsinki area is more expensive, but the salary is also higher. But that kind of jump is just ridiculous, to be honest. Obviously, it's a good thing that it went such a high. It was such a high increase, but in any case, that's a very significant. Okay, let's take a few more questions. I think we will run. I will take a few more questions. Question is from Anonymity from Southeast Asia. I haven't decided whether I want to move to Finland. Sorry, I'm not really sure about the reason. Yeah, okay, no problem. Scenic views. And the question is it true that if a Finnish girl likes someone and will show their love by doing, like initiate conversations with them, asking a question about your health, if she knows that the context, always listening to anything you said actively? Well, I would say that Finnish people, instead of verbally saying like "I love you" or these kind of things, actions will speak for themselves. So if they want to take care of you and they cook for you or they will help you with things, that's a good sign. And most likely, if you just use common sense, like if are they interested in me and do they want to spend time with me and these kind of things, that will help a ton. That's what I would say. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Pamela agrees. Okay, excellent. Let's take the next question from Janos from Austria. Moving to Finland within a year for studies and nature, winter, people, opportunities, their top interests in terms of Finland. And the question is, thanks for responding. Kokkola follow-up. How long is the season when there's 24/7 darkness? We don't have 24/7 darkness in Kokkola. Might be like 2 to 3 hours sunlight at worst. And the dark, winter lasts for three months, so it could be around that time when we have like very little sunlight. And one more question from Felipe from Chile. Already living in Finland for working and the future for my daughter and son are the top interests. Hard to find houses to rent in Iisalmi area. Is it good idea to buy instead? Well, I don't know much about Iisalmi, but again, it's a small place, and it's probably one of the cities where they are losing people all the time. So there's more people moving out than moving in. And is it good idea to buy instead? Well, if you buy a place there, and if you ever want to sell it, you might have a hard time selling it, because if there's anyone who barely wants to move there, so there won't be anyone to buy it. So you want to definitely think about that. But generally speaking, if you're ever thinking like, should you buy a flat or apartment or a house in Finland, I definitely think you should, but from a place where the value can go up. So in Finland is one of those countries where if you buy any real estate like apartment or these kind of things, they usually that is a type of asset that can go up in value, but you need to be careful with the location. So if it's like let's say in Espoo, if you buy a place somewhere close to the railway lines, that's definitely a good place where the area and the value could go up. But if you buy from a very small place where people are moving out, that can be even a flat that could go down in value because no one wants to buy it. You have to keep lowering the price to get it sold. Onsl, she says, trying to get a loan for a house or whatever is very hard for new arrivals. You need to be here a while before banks will talk to you. I guess it makes sense because the banks want to make sure about your payment history and your financial situation and so on. Yeah, that's something I haven't really looked into. I know my friend who visited me yesterday, he's from Iraq, and he and his Finnish wife, they have bought the house. So I don't know how the experience is for foreigners, but some have done it, so it's definitely doable. You need a tax history for home buying. Okay, tax history is a new term for me, but I probably, yeah, I guess you probably know better than I am, than I do. So okay, we've been streaming for 1.5 hours. That's actually pretty good. Felipe says, thanks for the answers. See you in the webinar. Great. I think we can take one more question, and then I'm gonna go watch Orange is the New Black with my girlfriend and our dog as well. No, our dog sometimes watches the TV with us. So. Yeah, but before the question, make sure to sign up for the webinar. 9 tips and tactics to get a smooth and confident start for your new life in Finland. It's completely free. It lasts maybe around an hour in total. Lots of useful tips and tricks in terms of moving and studying your life in Finland coming up. Link is in the description. Oliver sharing some value here in the chat. Okay, this is a great question. RC, how to make friends in Finland? My social life has taken a downturn after moving here. Okay, here's my golden tip again. I mean, you can apply this to any field or any kind of area of your life in Finland. You need to start taking action, because Finland is a society where, like, the Finnish people don't come to you. This is not like a South America or South Europe where people are inclined to talk to new people, or it's like completely normal to say hello to strangers. But in Finland, people don't do that. But at the same time, it does not mean that people don't want to get to know new people. It's just the fact that we don't that easily go talk to new people. So you need to be that person who starts taking action and breaking those ices, start saying hello to new people, meeting people, and so on. So if you are the type of person who does not do, maybe you're a little bit shy and reserved and you don't go to talk to strangers that easily, it will be a hard time. Unfortunately, I have to break it down to you, because I used to be a really shy guy in my 20s. I had zero confidence, especially with the ladies. That was a real struggle. But luckily, I discovered that it's something that you can learn. It is a skill that anyone can learn, like talking to new people, not just girls, but to anyone. So if you want to meet people in Finland, you have to start taking action. Go to places where you can meet people, events, networking events, hobbies, at your work, anywhere. You can actually meet people anywhere. It's quite strange. You can even meet a friend or potential friend in the traffic lights. Well, I'm not saying that you should go to traffic lights and stop random strangers there necessarily, but the point is that you need to start taking action, because if you want to make friends in Finland and you don't do anything, then you will have 0 friends. And the thing is that you don't need to have that many friends. And I believe Finnish people don't have that many good friends. I think they might have maybe 1 to 3, like a true BFF, best buddies ever friends, and then maybe like a handful of these buddies and acquaintances that they might meet every once in a while. So Finnish people don't even have that much friends, and because we don't need to. We value more the quality than the quantity. That's what I think. Oliver complying with my comments. As a tip for university students, best way to get friends in Finland is become active in student clubs and events. That's a golden tip here. If you have the luxury, that the right to start a study in Finland, that is the best possible place to meet people, because you will get to meet these younger generation people who most likely speak good English, and they're most likely open to internationals. I met many of my good international buddies at the university back in the days. Pamela also says Finns keep their circle small. That's also true. And it can be sometimes quite hard to kind of, if there is a group of people in a corner or in their own table, it's quite difficult to kind of punch your way in there. Yeah, but this Oliver's tip is golden. I mean, university, probably the best possible place, and these student clubs and events, because there are already a lot of internationality going on at the universities themselves. One more question about the driver's license. Can you use the driver's license from your country? I believe so. Although it depends from where you're from. And Pamela shares some info here. You need to exchange your driver's license within 18 months, or you need to take the driver's course. Yeah, I think it depends if you're from the European Union or outside the EU. But like Oliver said, Traficom, if you just Google Finnish, Finland foreign driver's license, you should get the Traficom. Maybe I can actually just quickly show it. Finland foreign driver's license. International, hold on, where is the Traficom? Ajokortti. Yeah, ajokortti info. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen here in a moment. Stop screen, I need to share my screen again. Oh shit. I accidentally clicked the share video from my computer. No, that's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, ajokortti.info. I need to share the screen too. Oh, there we go. So if you just go here, you can find easily English like how it works. Or if you have driver license in EU or EE member state, in contracting state, this is like this Geneva or Vienna Road Traffic Convention. This is some weird, like a multinational agreement they made some time ago, or other nations but recognized in Finland. And you can just read the instructions here. Exchange of foreign driver license for Finnish license. You can find the info here. So the website is ajokortti.info.fi. Maybe I can just put the link in the description too. How many likes do I have? Because I'm running this on StreamYard, so I don't see the like counter here. I guess I could go quickly to YouTube and just look it up there. But cool. Yeah, so here is, if you participate in a connection, you move to Finland after 6 months. Within 2 years, you can exchange your home country license to Finnish license with just medical certificate. Yeah, but if you just read the ajokortti info, you can find the information there. 106 likes. Okay, Oliver, let's give a big hand to Oliver for enticing people to like. Great, but I think this was a very fun live stream, and like 1.5 hours just flew by answering these questions, and I hope you got value out of this. So make sure to sign up for the webinar. Again, link in the description if you're moving to Finland soon, or if you want to just get some idea what kind of things you need to do, even if you're doing it in the future. So it doesn't have to be like a very recent or very upcoming event. Follow me on Instagram as well for more Finnish shenanigans. Link in the description, and make sure to go watch Oliver's videos next after this stream if you don't have anything to do on this Sunday. And maybe we will see you next Saturday in the webinar. So thank you guys. Have a great Sunday. See you soon. Bye bye. Oh, and Giz with the €3 super sticker. That's a great way to finish this. Thank you, Giz. See you soon. Bye bye.